So for somebody who's not into Muay Thai, how would you describe the sport?
Beautiful, the best. Muay Thai is the art, we call it the art of 8 limbs. You've got your feet, your knees, your elbows, your punches, everything really. It's beautiful, good sport. It's a respectful sport as well, you know, there's that respect behind it, tradition. I advise everyone to watch Muay Thai. They'll love it, they'll fall in love like I did.
Would you call it a brutal sport? Because it looks fairly
Very brutal. It's basically, what I'd describe it as just stand and have it. You know, it's 5 rounds toe to toe, elbows. Elbows as well is just game changer. You know, you have to be aware all the time. You can't just sit in the pocket because one elbow just slip through. It's a game changer.
What's the culture like around the sport?
I've been to Thailand a few times, about 5 times now, and you really have to go to Thailand to experience it and see behind the scenes. Like I said, everyone's respectful, there's no ego. Muay Thai, there's no ego whatsoever. You know, it's not like boxing, it's all like Muay Thai, everyone respects everyone. And that's it really. It's the main thing, respecting everyone.
Not trying to put anyone off it, like what's, like as a youngster, injuries, stuff like that, like is there anything that happened like reoccurring for yourself?
You can get injury, you tend to pick up injuries. I've been sort of lucky. I've sort of gone injury free throughout a few years. But I say the downfall of Muay Thai, I would say one thing is the pay, the money wise. So brutal, but obviously there's no pay behind it until you reach the pinnacle, if you know what I mean.
So how do you go in for it, knowing that the pinnacle's so far away, but you've got this long journey ahead of yourself to do it for basically no money? Like how do you get into the mindset of doing that? You
just got to believe in yourself, you know. And I grew up with everyone, but around me, my team around me kept like pushing it into my ears. You're the one, like you're going to be the best. And from then onwards, I just thought I'm going to go to the top. I was knocking everyone out really, and from then onwards, I thought sky's the limit. And then they started pushing in the best fighters in the world against me. I had 14 fights, and then there was all the promotions were getting me to fight the best Thais in the world. And in my head, when they was offering me these fights, I was thinking, no, I don't want to fight. I had 14 fights, I was still basically a beginner. But then I took them, and I took risks, and I prospered. So that's the main thing.
Early on, biggest career, like defining moment for you, what was the early on part?
Early on, becoming UK #1, defeating the #1 opponent. He was #1 for 10 years. Again, nobody believed in me and thought, oh, I'm just still a kid. I think I still had braces on. And I got in there and I stopped him in round 2. And I think that's when everyone started to believe, like, this guy's the real deal.
Okay, so you had belief around you. How much of it was coming down to self-belief at that point?
Like I said, when I was young at that age, I didn't really have the confidence, knowing I was coming up against men. You know, fighting men at such a young age, it was sort of like a bit of a scary sort of thing. But then the confidence started building as I started winning, started building, and then just from then onwards, that was it.
How would you paint a picture for the first big fight that you had? Like, how would you paint a picture, like the description of, like, you know, nobody in this room, or most people not watching this, are never going to step in that ring in front of a crowd. Like, what was that moment like? How would you describe it? So the best way to describe it is the night before, you can't sleep at all. You know, I woke up the next morning, one of these fights against one of the best Thais in the world. I woke up that morning to fight. I had no speech. I was so nervous, I couldn't speak. Like, I had no speech. And then as soon as you get into the arena, you're in the back room and you can smell the Thai oil, and like the oil you warm up with. As soon as you smell that and you see other people warming up, you think, yeah, it's game on now. There's no going back. You want to run out, you can't. You just got to get on with it. And then, so now you're stepping up to the stage to walk out to the fight, the crowd of like 1,000, 1,500 people. And it's very nerve-wracking. It's very nerve-wracking. But as soon as you step over them ropes and you touch gloves, you've got no feeling in your body. They hit you, you can't feel it. You hit them, you can't feel it, one thing. You can just about hear anything,
apart from my coach, Christian Knowles. He's got the biggest mouth in the room. And that's all I hear. And then it's just go time from there. Killer instinct just kick in.
Fucking hell.
Just killer instincts. Eyes just go on the target.
So the pain, does, going through the rounds, does that eventually start to seep back in?
Like I said, I don't feel anything in there. Like, you literally don't. You won't believe it, obviously, but it's after the fight you feel it. I've had one fight before, I had an elbow war. So I woke up the next morning, I couldn't even straighten my arms. Like, my arms were just locked because of swelling, feet. It's just brutal. Okay,
so what's the journey from, let's say, number one in UK to one championship? Like, what's that path? How do you do it? What was your journey as well?
So becoming UK number one, sort of I hit it off from there, and I think it's basically just like scouting, talk of the town. Who's the talk of the town in the UK? And at that time, it was me and Liam Harrison. He's signed to one championship. I got signed like 3 years ago to one championship, and then I had my debut. And as I had my debut, the knockout that I had on there, it just went through the roof. Like, social media went crazy. I think the video went viral, the elbow, and after that they gave me the title shot. So, young guy, obsessed with the sport, looking forward at one championship. What's that moment like when you get the call? It was, I thought my trainer was lying to me, because I remember before I messaged one championship like a few years ago saying, great show. I've still got the DM on my phone. Great show, I would love to be a part of it one day. Didn't get back to me, unfortunately. But then they realised, and then, so when I won the world title now, I went back onto our chat on one championship, and I looked at that message saying I'd love to be a part of it. And that's when it comes surreal. Like, I knew what I wanted and I achieved it. We talk about manifestation, like believing you're gonna have something, and then when you arrive there, there's like, it almost feels like it's just supposed to happen. This is the way it's supposed to be. So when they call your name and you get that belt, like, what was that moment like? So when they said, and the new, so throughout training camp, that was the saying, like, my trainer would egg me on, and the new world champion. And it just stuck in my head, and I thought, I got this. I probably had about 5% chance winning that fight. And like I said, nobody believed I was gonna win that fight. But I studied him for a long, long time. Growing up, I watched this guy, Sam A. Big respect to him, he's the legend. And I was very confident. I shouldn't have been confident because I had 15 fights. I should have been cacking my pants, really, but I was so confident. And took it with both hands. What was that like when you raised it in the air? Unreal. I had my family there, my granddad, my friends. I came out to Singapore. For my granddad to be there, he's my #1 fan, my granddad. And to win in front of him, to win in front of everyone, really. The best thing was the gold confetti at the end, when it just came down. I just thought, I had a broken nose as well. Broke my nose in the second round, I couldn't breathe. And my trainer was laughing at me in the corner, my dad was laughing at me in the corner, get on with it, I'm like, I can't breathe out my nose. So I just thought, I've got to get on with it now. And the best night of my life.
As many of you know, we are independent creators and filmmakers, but there is a massive attack on us right now. Traditional media over the last few years has started to slowly die. They are no longer the independent voice that you first thought they were. That's why we've created Mulligan Brothers Patreon. We've built something special for our most dedicated supporters, and I want to break it down for you real quick. The supporter tier gets you ad-free early access to both video and audio versions of Mulligan Brothers interviews 24 hours before it goes public. The executive tier gets you everything that a supporter tier gets, plus more. Exclusive interviews and behind the scenes content, walk and talks, daily routines, unreleased interviews, the stuff that you don't see anywhere else. And finally, the executive producer tier. Everything from the supporter tier and the executive tier, plus exclusive perks. Access to our treatment packages. Be the first to see which guests are coming up and get insight into the topics we'll be discussing before anyone else. And you'll even get an executive producer credit on every single documentary that we make. So if you've ever wanted to support the Mulligan Brothers mission of inspiring change so we can go go around the world and get these stories that nobody else will, this is exactly how you do it. Go to patreon.com/Mulligan Brothers, or click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Join the community and help us inspire change.